This isn't a product that you can just put on and let it rip. Now, if you're not doing wrapped edges, come on. If you're not doing wrapped edges, you could get away with it because it happens much faster. The drying and all the in-between. But when you're doing it like we are, where this is gonna be his forever car, it takes time to make it perfect.
So when you're putting this coating on and stuff, is it the same for painting via carbon fiber as well, or is it on the cross?
The PPF?
Yeah.
Same thing, protects it the same. Yep, protects it the same.
That's good. It's a genuine question, I think.
Yeah, people want to know, do you have to use something different? You know?
Yeah.
Are you using a different product on the different colors or substrates, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. There's definitely.
Because people don't know that.
What about, like, let's say you had a matte coat?
Yeah, so we have a product called Stealth, and if you have a matte finish, the Stealth is what would protect that finish.
Okay.
That your phone?
Yep.
All right, good.
You're on it.
I should use the lift more and actually go up with the car. Once you were a baby, oh, my bad. All right.
Okay, you're on again. So do you wrap all those individual things in the grill too?
These main pieces, yes. Some of the parts, they're just too small, and you would never get a clean look. So they just won't get done. But that's also why we encourage our clients to still ceramic coat,
Yeah.
because then they'll be protected by the ceramic coating. But if they opt out of the coating, then of course that area will be left unprotected. So some of these small pieces are kind of technical. If you don't get it right and get all the fluid out, it tends to be more trimming later. So I am just starting to finalize all of the small pieces to this bumper. So you'll see me walking back and forth quite often. So now sometimes if I have some more of my staff along with me when I'm doing these, I will, somebody will grab the pieces. Somebody just stays installing. But today it's just me. I got everybody kind of spread out. So you'll just see me go back and forth.
Business is booming.
Grabbing them. All right. So just had a phone call come in for a interior of a jet to be detailed. So while we're doing our YouTube channel stuff, we'll talk about how we price that, what we look at, and essentially just doing business right is why we get these phone calls. So phone call came in to do a full rehab detail of a aircraft, and we'll quote this job basically on man hours and time, and where we're going to be traveling to. So it'll be a fun job. I'm sure we'll get it. The interior jobs aren't wild money, but even though it's not wild money, you're still at the airfield. You're still getting exposure, so you never say no. Still take the jobs. Every job's a good job. We're grateful for all of them. We work hard for all of them, so we take them when they come. But this is an area where we did a bright work job, and they were pretty happy with it. And now they called back for an interior on an aircraft that was chartered. So we'll get in there and clean it up. Got to get it quoted. It'd be a couple grand probably. But we'll get over there, get the interior done pretty quick, and get out of there. So we like these jobs. We don't do them too often. Try to stay within our space, which is really a lot of this car stuff. But we enjoy it, and when I get the quote ready, if I get the job, we'll make another video on that job. Get that scuff off. Got it. Now we have to regroup real quick. Get that off. Okay, do there. Gel. I like gel, I hate gel. It's like a love-hate relationship.
What does gel do?
So gel has a little alcohol properties in it. So alcohol is what helps you get the film to stick. So the gel has a little alcohol property in it. It's more viscous than water. So I call it pushing a wave. It helps you push a wave, which is like a wave of fluid that essentially helps you lock something down.
Yeah.
So there's my wave. I kind of push it in front of it. Stops dry tack. All the other stuff that an installer battles with a clean install.
So you got that problem fixed in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Now we're back at it.
Yeah. And keep in mind, we gotta work quick. If we want a clean install, you gotta work fast because I got a whole nother side to do.
Yeah.
Slow isn't an option here. You gotta move and be able to handle issues quite fast as they come, because you don't have too much time to try to figure them out if you wait. So here, we're gonna take this down. Now this is one of those spots. I can't talk. I got nervous. That you must have a seam, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to mitigate all this weird movement of the film. It likes to have some fingers here, but we're gonna. The film, I'm setting it up to where it doesn't have a ton of tension, right? So I let it sit in there, and then I'll roll this over. Then I'll take my steamer, get the film to relax, push it all out, right? This is gonna let all this relax. It's gonna allow it to have a beautiful seam, or a roll. I should say it's not a seam, it's just like a roll over a transition. Now I'm gonna put a little gel down here. I'm only gonna have one shot with this, so I'll warm it up. Probably better if I do it like this. All right, I come here, just take it down like that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is pull. All right, so this is steam. I'm using the steam to warm the film so it stays where I want it to stay when it's time to stay. Because I have the AC on me, tends to get a little hard to work with the film. So that when you warm it, it tends to make this stick a lot. So I only get just about one chance to let it sit where it wants to go. I think I like this. I gotta pull the film, and I need it to sit like this. Waved his little wand, and here I am. I'm made different, dude. I tell everybody that. Jesus made me different. Okay. Okay. All right, so this Corvette bumper is a little bit different than the traditional C8 bumper. It's got a little bit more pull and tension in some spots. And I also like to make sure it fits perfect on some. So you'll see me kind of readjusting it and making sure that got plenty of water. I don't want any dry tack. Dry tack is if you squeegee it too soon. People call it chicken skin dry tack. It makes little marks. It doesn't give you a really pretty finish. So to ensure that we don't have that, you got to make sure that the film is always floating, which is why you'll see me pull it back at times to ensure that it is floating, I guess is the right way to call it. Now, I did a lot of modification here. I took away a big seam that's usually in this car. It's definitely for a reason. It adds a little bit of difficulty installing it without the seam, but that's what people come here for. So I'm just setting my point right here, my alignment point. And I'm going to come down here, grab it, and go across. Get the air out. And again, this is putting the PPF on the front bumper of the Z06 Corvette.
So those overlapping pieces, are those the ones you tuck? correct?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how it's overhanging on the blue? It's
Yeah, yeah, all of that will be invisible. Is that your phone or mine? Must be your grandma. Hey, Marky boy. I love you. That's going to be in the video.
100%.
Don't you talk bad about my grandma. All right. So I'm just placing this film in the relative area of where it's going to go. Okay. And now I'm going to start lining up my points, extending where I deem where I want it to be passed. And then I'm going to rock with it. So now that I got that done, I'm going to pop the hood so it's out of our way. That also gives me the time to ensure that all the things I plug back in on the door are done and plugged in and working. So this car came to us non-badged, which is nice. We remove all the badges anyways. So now I'm just going to squeegee. This is a final squeegee. This is going to make sure the car's free of any debris. So when we install, it's going to go smooth. We're doing the main body of it, so we're doing all this blue part right now. Yeah, so I'm just doing a hand test, making sure there's no dirt or nothing on the car first. No buildup that I need to remove. Flushing out any dirt in the headlights and stuff. Okay, so once that's done, then I'll start the install. Remember? Now that we highlighted all of our areas that we want to wrap more around those headlights and all the bumper seams and such, we're going to wrap our edges, we're going to customize it, and this is what I show all my customers. This is where we excel with our seamless installs. So we go through here and we make all of these necessary edits to ensure our customers get the best results. Here we go. That part's on. We'll go ahead and rinse everything real quick. Make sure there's no gel left over. Okay. I almost have every water bottle in my entire shop on my hip. It's perfect. All right. So you caught us in the middle of halfway doing the deck lid here. So we had it prepped with clay bar. And now what we're doing is making sure our alignment is on point, because this particular style or option that our clients pick when building their C8s, Z06s, or whatever Corvette they choose to buy, they all make these the same. You choose this black top, and it comes with a hard edge where the black meets the blue. And that's just a different paint style, I guess, how they do it at the factory. And that hard edge shows really, it's not appealing to the eye if you keep it one piece, we normally wrap these in a one piece if it's a single color, okay? If it's not a single color car, this leaves a really big edge, and it's unsightly when you have film on it in one big piece. So what we do is we do a kit install, a modified kit, to where you can't see the film when it's done, but it gives you your best coverage that looks the best. It looks sleek. All right. So now that you got to work side to side, coast to coast, however you want to call it. So I worked from passenger side to driver side. And it's crucial that I line all this up. I like to use a little bit of gel. Gives you some better work time. My opinion. Some people hate gel. I'm not. I'm partial. I like it when I need it, and sometimes I don't use it. But now what I'm gonna do here is get the air out so I'm able to work with this. And now I have to really focus, make sure my tension's pulled so I can hug this radius right here. And I can make sure my film goes right to that black edge. No more, no less. Because if I do it perfect, I'll have no transition line. Nobody will be able to see that it's two pieces. And I can't stand piecing stuff, but again, on this one I have to. So I make sure it's dead on. That's dead on. Okay, I'm gonna put a little alcohol on the ridge. This is gonna help it not slide down. I'll do one more. Good. Perfect. Come here, straighten this out. Make sure it's where it needs to be. All right, well, my crouched over angle isn't good, but we're finishing up the last part. We already did the passenger side. So I just line this up perfectly. And then I just get it squeegeed down. And then I'll pull just a little tension over the top. Come down the ridge. And that's it. And remember, if you guys are watching this and you're looking to protect your car, we have 3 shops. We have one in Ocala, Florida. We have one in Lecanto, and we have one here in the Villages. So we specialize in protecting your car with paint protection film, ceramic coating, ceramic window tint, and much more. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Ta-da! So today we're testing microphones. I'm going to start wearing 14 microphones at a time. Don't be jealous. It's like a race. You know? Like, all right. Well, I'm just putting the B and, I guess you'd call these the B and C posts, pillars on. Some guys don't do these. I try to do them on all the cars. It's just kind of a, these areas will look a little ugly over time. So if you pop these little pieces on, they look good. So I'm trimming this like this so when I roll it, it's not looking ugly underneath, even though nobody will ever see it, but I know. You filming?
Oh yeah.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just trimming out this well. The one thing I've learned about doing these cars, Corvettes in general, the back side of this bumper has nothing for the film to stick to. So if you try just to roll your edge, it'll end up peeling back. When they come back for their 2-week inspection, that's something that we haven't talked about. You know, we haven't captured that yet, but I do a 2-week inspection on every single car to ensure the car looks perfect. So all of these little things that I may miss during this, you know, very intense install, it'll all get resolved if they have to come back in 2 weeks and check it out.
Or eliminating that. Now, if you have a moment, I can get a licensed loan advisor on the line to go over those benefits with you.
Yeah, sure. Did you catch that?
I did.
Show people how to get rid of those people.
It's always busy.
You've got a phone call. Oh, I see you. You sneaky little guy, you. We're getting those angles right now. If we had that macro lens.
Back on that.
What?